What if I told you that you could have a heart attack without even knowing it? Sounds crazy, right? It's called a silent heart attack, and the scariest part is that most people don't even realize they're having one until it's too late. I'm breaking down the 7 warning signs of a silent heart attack that most people ignore. These signs could literally save your life, so make sure you stick around and learn how to spot them early. First, please subscribe to Brain Blitz. You'll get more content on your health and help us grow. It means the world to us. Let's talk about one of the most common but often ignored signs of a silent heart attack: unexplained fatigue. Now, we all feel tired from time to time, right? But this isn't just your normal, "I didn't get enough sleep" kind of tired. If your heart isn't pumping blood efficiently, your body isn't getting the oxygen it needs, and even the simplest tasks can leave you feeling completely drained. You might notice that after doing something light, like walking up a flight of stairs or carrying groceries, you feel unusually exhausted. So, what should you do? If you're constantly feeling tired for no obvious reason, don't just write it off as stress or a busy lifestyle. This kind of unexplained fatigue could be your body trying to tell you something more serious is going on. It's worth consulting your doctor, especially if this fatigue is paired with any other unusual symptoms. Early detection can make all the difference. Another subtle but important sign of a silent heart attack is shortness of breath. Now, we're not just talking about being winded after a tough workout. This is feeling out of breath during light activities or even when you're at rest. When your heart isn't pumping enough oxygen-rich blood to your lungs, your body starts to struggle, and you can feel like you're gasping for air even when you haven't been exerting yourself. So, what should you do if you notice this? If you're getting short of breath while doing things that normally wouldn't bother you, like walking to the mailbox or just relaxing on the couch, it's time to pay attention. Don't brush it off as being out of shape or tired. This could be a warning sign that your heart needs help, and it's definitely worth talking to your doctor about it before things get worse. You wouldn't think that indigestion or nausea could be related to your heart, but here's the surprising truth. Sometimes, those stomach issues you're feeling could actually be a sign of heart trouble. We usually associate indigestion with food or stress, but if it feels unusual or comes with other symptoms, it might not be your stomach acting up, it could be your heart. Silent heart attacks can cause discomfort that's easy to confuse with indigestion or nausea. So, how do you know when it's something more? If you're feeling persistent discomfort, nausea, or a strange sensation in your stomach that doesn't seem to go away, don't ignore it. It's worth getting checked out by a doctor, especially if this feeling is out of the blue or lasts longer than usual. Better to be safe and make sure it's not your heart sending out warning signals. Here's one that might surprise you. Pain in the neck, jaw, or arm could actually be a sign of a silent heart attack. When we think of heart attack symptoms, we usually imagine chest pain, but heart-related discomfort doesn't always stay in the chest. Silent heart attacks can cause pain that radiates to unexpected areas, like your neck, jaw, or even your arm. It's easy to mistake this pain for something else, like muscle strain or a bad night's sleep, but it could be your heart sending out a warning signal. So, what should you do if you feel this kind of pain? Don't just brush it off, especially if it comes with other symptoms like shortness of breath, fatigue, or nausea. If you're experiencing pain that radiates to these areas and it feels unusual or persistent, get it checked out. It's better to be safe and rule out any heart issues before it's too late. Feeling dizzy or lightheaded for no clear reason? That could be your heart trying to tell you something's wrong. When your heart isn't pumping blood efficiently, it can cause dips in blood pressure and make you feel off balance or even like the room is spinning. These dizzy spells aren't just annoying. They can be a red flag that your heart isn't getting enough blood and oxygen to your brain. So, what should you do if this happens often? If you're experiencing frequent dizziness or lightheadedness and there's no obvious reason, like dehydration or standing up too quickly, it's time to check in with your doctor. Don't ignore these episodes, especially if they're happening more regularly. It could be a sign that your heart isn't functioning as well as it should, and catching it early could make all the difference. Let's talk about cold sweats, one of those symptoms that can catch you off guard. If you suddenly break out in a cold sweat for no apparent reason, like exercise or a fever, it could be your body's way of responding to heart stress. When your heart isn't working properly, your nervous system kicks in and you start sweating as a response to the stress your heart is under. It's your body's emergency response system going off. So, what should you do if you're noticing cold sweats out of nowhere? Don't brush it off. If you're sitting still or just going about your day and break into a sweat, especially if it's accompanied by other symptoms like dizziness or chest discomfort, take it seriously. This could be an early warning sign of a silent heart attack, so make sure to consult your doctor as soon as possible. Now let's talk about something that's easy to overlook: swelling in your legs, ankles, or feet. Swelling in these areas could be a sign that your heart isn't pumping blood as effectively as it should. When your heart struggles to keep up, blood can start to pool in your lower extremities, leading to fluid buildup. This can cause your feet, ankles, or even legs to swell. It might start off small, like your socks leaving imprints on your skin, but if it's happening regularly, it's a signal that something could be wrong with your heart. So, what should you do if you notice this swelling? If your legs, ankles, or feet are consistently swollen, especially at the end of the day or after sitting for a while, don't ignore it. It's more than just water retention. This could indicate a serious heart problem. If the swelling persists or gets worse, it's time to see a doctor and get your heart checked out. Better safe than sorry. So, what exactly is a silent heart attack? It's also called a silent myocardial infarction, and it happens when your heart isn't getting enough blood and oxygen, just like with any heart attack. The big difference? The symptoms are so subtle or mild that people often don't even realize they're having one. You might brush it off as indigestion, fatigue, or just not feeling quite right. But behind the scenes, your heart is struggling. The scary part is that while you're not feeling the classic, crushing chest pain that we typically associate with heart attacks, the damage is still just as serious. Your heart muscle is still being deprived of oxygen, which can lead to lasting damage. And here's the kicker: silent heart attacks increase your risk for future heart attacks, heart failure, and other serious complications. So, even though you may not feel it right away, the consequences can be life-threatening. That's why early detection is so important. The key is recognizing the signs before it's too late. If you can spot these subtle symptoms early on, you have a much better chance of preventing further damage and protecting your heart health. So, have you experienced any of these symptoms? If so, don't wait, talk to your doctor and get your heart checked. Early detection can make all the difference, and it could save your life. Go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, and share this with someone who might need to see it. Let's spread the word and help save lives. So, those are the 7 signs of a silent heart attack that you should never ignore. They might seem minor, but they could be signs of something much more serious going on inside your body. Remember, your body is always trying to tell you something, so listen to it. If something feels off, don't hesitate to see your doctor. It's always better to catch these things early. And if you're looking for more ways to take care of yourself, check out my video on how to improve your eyes without glasses. 7 ways. You'll love the tips I've got for you there.